I'm an aviation safety inspector in the Manufacturing Inspection Office of the FAA in Fort Worth, Texas. One of my duties as an ASI is to evaluate new and existing manufacturing companies that produce commercial aircraft and new replacement parts. I've worked for the FAA for 20 years, and during my tenure as an inspector, I have performed over 485 evaluations of aircraft manufacturing facilities and pride myself in being very thorough. July 2006, I was a team member of the preliminary district office audit at Eclipse Aviation for the issuance of approved production inspection system. 15 non-compliance of the system were documented. In September 2006, we returned to Eclipse to review the corrective actions from the July audit. Corrective actions were not presented, so we continued with the ongoing district office audit. 20 additional non-compliances were identified. From the July and September audits, a total of 35 non-compliances were documented. In December 2006, I returned to Eclipse. Our management conveyed to us that we were to work on nothing but the airworthiness of the first production aircraft. Eclipse presented the aircraft to the FAA with a signed statement of conformity, and we began conducting tests. Of the 28 tests performed, 11 passed. The official production certification district office audit was conducted February 2007. 42 non-compliances were documented. 3 audits of Eclipse's quality system had been conducted. 77 non-compliances were documented. 35 of those did not have verification of corrective action. My impression was that Eclipse was controlling FAA schedules and managing our resources. For instance, our managers denied the request for us to return to Fort Worth due to weather conditions, although most of the Eclipse employees were told to leave due to hazardous weather. In April, Eclipse was preparing an aircraft for certification and told the FAA inspectors to go back to the hotel but be ready for their call even though it may be midnight before the aircraft was ready. March 2, 2007, FAA Aircraft Certification Manager appointed an independent team to oversee airworthiness and production certificate for Eclipse. The Rotorcraft Directorate Manager, FAA Principal Inspector, and the MIO Manufacturing Inspection Office Inspector were removed from the program. In April 2007, I was on the team for the Production Certification Board. Sitting in the back of the room was the independent team appointed by Mr. John Hickey, which consisted of 5 managers. During the internal FAA in-brief, the independent team leader talked about how the company had improved since he had been appointed and stated that we should do a high-level or overview of the system because the company had already been audited numerous times. It was then stated, in other words, we need to only go an inch deep when conducting the audit. I was shocked when I heard this statement. FAA Order 8120.2 provides guidance for the issuance of a production certificate and states that the Production Certificate Board is responsible for making a thorough evaluation of the applicant's quality system in production facilities. Conducting an overview of the system when corrective actions were not verified and functional tests were failing was in conflict with our guidance. I began my evaluation of the manufacturing system and found issues with the horizontal stabilizer assembly and requested the drawings to evaluate the condition further. One drawing led to another. My Eclipse escort said to me, "Maryetta, you're going more than an inch deep. You're going too deep." I was surprised that my escort had heard that statement. I do not know how he received the same information that was briefed only to the FAA. In all my years as an inspector for the FAA, I have never felt the pressure from FAA managers that I felt when Eclipse was trying to get their production certificate. We were being monitored on our performance, and with the removal of managers and inspectors from the project, I was cautious about what I said and did. I have successfully approved several other companies for production and have never experienced this level of involvement or monitoring from Washington headquarters. We followed our guidance and regulations and spent enormous amounts of time coaching and providing assistance to Eclipse. Issues were identified to prevent safety problems. We were directed to get the job done, and money and resources was no object. I'm proud to represent the FAA and be a part of a world-class organization advancing aircraft safety. Our actions during this trying time were honest. One of the core values of AIR is to praise each other publicly and recognize and regard others for excellence. I feel the inspectors were pressured and discredited when we were trying so hard to accomplish our job. This concludes my statement. I'll wait for the committee's questions.